Hello there YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound daily. Today is the solo daily for November 18th, and today we will be playing Chainbreaker, going from Silent Promenade to Radiant Market, I believe. I'm not sure about that first one, but we're going to go up against Cinder. Mods that we have in place, we have Radical Rewrite. Radical Rewrite is honestly not that big of a deal on us or on Chainbreaker as much as it is like almost any other class. Like for Chainbreaker, it's almost like 100% upsides. Granted, we do have like a 3 and a 4 cooldown, like 2 and 3. But using those for their base value is like almost never good, except maybe Infused Fist seems good for 2 will. But for the majority of your like playstyle, you're going to be using Runic Strike 3 times a turn to reduce the cost and cooldown of well, most specifically the cost, but the cooldown is also nice of these skills. So if you have Radical Rewrite, that pretty much means that anything that you use is going to be off cooldown as long as it doesn't have a 6 cooldown, which I believe is Cultivate. I don't even think Shield Wall is... Shield Wall's not 6 anymore. After Image isn't 6 anymore. Even Cleave isn't 6 anymore. It's a 5. So like that would definitely appreciate it. Generally speaking, you don't want to use Cleave every turn, though. Like, we have better Cleave. It's called Eruption. Yeah, so I think that that's pretty much just all upside. We have Mimicry, so there's going to be a Mimic that is going to spawn in each encounter. Being that we are, at least in Core Kit, a primarily single target class, that is somewhat of an issue. But we pretty much just have to solve that by the time that we get to Cinder, because we obviously don't want that Guardian to deal any damage to us. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if anybody notices differently this run. I'd be very interested to know. Are the Mimic phases RNG on this? So, if you get a different Mimic on a specific Guardian or the villain encounter, I kind of want to know about that, because that's kind of a big deal. And it'd be nice to get that nipped, if that makes any sense. Otherwise, Sect Collector we know is RNG. I honestly don't think that there's anything that they can do about that. It's one of the things that I mentioned, and they're like, yeah, sorry, we can't do anything about that, actually. And it makes sense, because people are going to have different sets too. You can't just have it be like +1 to a random set, although I suppose they could. And then you just randomly get like Mythos for some reason, but that would make it definitely terrible. Because the odds of it, well, it's pre-calced, but the odds of it hitting like the same set enough for it to matter, like it might give you a tier 1 or something like that. It's much better working like this, even if it is completely random. And we have Blessing and Misplaced Nobility, so we need to figure out how to get HP. Generally speaking, that's Verdant set, but there are a couple of vestiges that'll also help us out. But that 2 shielding is definitely appreciated. Allows us to trade. Also opens up completely for a Shadow set. What do we got here? Not really much. Ink Needle Compass is okay. Specifically the Collision, eh. I would much rather give you almost 50% damage, like 50% of the time. Like, I suppose versus the fights that we're fighting, doing the impact damage isn't that bad, because you're almost always going to have ads. And then we could always just find out a different single target instead of Infused Fist. And that could be our drafted bindings. But When turns are on the line, I don't like making that decision. Barrier, okay. So we're getting no help from there. Reroll me. So I'm looking here. Since Set Collector is in play, it's almost not bad to go for Liar's Dice. We could potentially get Treasure Hunter extremely early. We're going to have 2 after the first battle, which means that if we get an early Treasure Pot, we're definitely going to have 2 get some free Omni damage off of it. Depending on what we get out of the double vestige chest, we could potentially get another 2, which would then put us at 4, and then if we plus 1, we only have 1 set, so then it's going to be Treasure Hunter 5. So we could theoretically have Treasure Hunter 5 by the time that the first treasure pot even shows up. Now, we still gotta solve, like, damage, but at least that'll set us up pretty well. Otherwise, scattered samples here. We do have a potion, so it's got use. Another 2 will is pretty good on Chainbreaker because it allows us to do another series of runic strikes, potentially making this free. This cost 1. That could definitely solve our turn 1 here. And then, of course, this is going to plus 1 up to tier 2, or tier 1, or Alchemist 2. And so then we get the 50% chance of a potion, which could theoretically roll us into the next fight. Generally speaking, whenever you go to a node, so long as it isn't a sea breach or a shop, you can get another potion. So then we should be able to use that on the next fight too. It's basically just determining how do we want to play this, right? There's also the possibility that we could keep re-rolling, get a Verdant, and then we have Verdant for sure. But, you know, I like to keep things a little bit spicy. And I think we're going to go for the Liar's Dice Gambit. I want 2 Tarnished Vaults. This crit. Well, good luck to those of you who didn't crit. We're on a road to perfect victory. Roll. No. I'm willing to settle on that Verdant Seed. Wit's Blood Boiler? Holy Lord, what the heck's going on there? Coin of Shadows, interesting. Do we have a grinder up here? No. Do I care about Wit's Blood Boiler? Currently, no. Like, all of these, except for, of course, Vigorous, are bad for us. Outlawed Works is something. Coin of Shadow could turn into something. So this Liar's Die is definitely not working out for us right now. We're gonna reroll. There's Verdant. We're losing 25 health. Verdant right now would give us enough health. This really isn't helping like our game though. I think we can end up grinding Rosy Thorn and then keeping Poison Thorn. Only problem is that that definitely gets in the way of us. Like Venomous then becomes another set that we can roll. The thing is though is that Venomous, if it gives us the 3, becomes a damage multiplier for us, which is definitely appreciated. I'm feeling just a little thorny right now. Let's go ahead and hit a Sea Breach. Honestly, just give me a rare stat boost. Interesting. Oh, that was literally a skip, not come back later. What did that say on the text? Okay, we just threw some stats away. No big deal. We don't need that growth. Go ahead, take a big Quilling Cage. Not particularly fond of, I'll go ahead and eat that. Why not? Not particularly fond of green Augs on this character. Oof. Excuse me? I don't know how you expect me to deal that much damage. Certainly upsetting. Okay. Okay. Guess the game heard us talking shit during the first fight about getting a crit, and it was like, okay. Alright, Chuckles. That's how you want to be. Almost not feeling like Jinx is bad at all here. We do gotta be careful of it eating our combo, but good positioning is still good positioning. And this is, again, probably going to be off cooldown every single turn. Really doesn't matter. Jinx could also be very good if we play it right with a Radical Rewrite, and if we get something like, what is it, Grim Vortex? It'd be pretty good for us. Then we're going to take Jinx as per usual. I hate all of these. Thanks for getting +1 pincushion, I guess. Guess we'll go ahead and take Rosy Thorn. Take me to the hovel. For a random green. That's 1 stack of blur every single turn. Because our auto counts as 1. That's pretty good. We've passed by so many Shadow Shrouds, like we could actually have had damage this whole time. I feel like we're going to reroll the heck out of this shop. Because I currently don't have anything worth grinding here. Why are you guys like this? Hold up, I'm just checking something here. 120. You're losing exactly 120. So puncture does not affect Spike's damage. Good to know, I guess. We're going to lose a turn here unless we want to lose HP instead. What's worth more? I believe the turn is worth more. Hard combat 150 per turn. I will lose the... Oh, actually that's 300 points. The turn is worth less. Or... the damage is worth more, yeah. That's correct. I forgot that we have Verdant. We actually could have taken that damage. Parsimonious is not available to us. There's that other Liar's Dice that we've been looking for this whole time. Can probably double grind it, maybe search for another Liar's Dice, or just anything with Treasure Hunter, really. Anything with Treasure Hunter is probably the gig. And honestly, this is probably going a little bit too deep at this point. Grabbing Trader's Dagger won't really help us that much. Counselor's Ledger is actually quite interesting. Allows us to use Eruption for 1 every single turn. I think I can get behind that. Reroll. None of this says Treasure Hunter. There's a Treasure Hunter. Okay, so we double grind a Liar's Dice. That's the least useful to us. Then we go ahead and we grab Inkly Map. And we are still within budget, especially if we're going to be killing a bunch of treasure pots. We will have too much budget. Can't believe I screwed up that turn there. There you go. If you forget if you have Verdant, and that you can take 3 damage. Why are you up there? Like, it doesn't matter. I can hit everything, but it's a little rude. In fact, actually... God, that uses a lot. I don't think that that's going to be viable. I'm going to have to do something like this. Probably actually should have used this Unstable Brew earlier. That one's on me. So we're going to wait until Jinx is capped. Where is my orb? Yeah, we don't care about taking damage. It does kind of suck that we are taking damage, though. Well, I actually really like this. That Counselor's Ledger was kind of huge. Yeah, it's not worth it. Might as well just keep hitting you like that, and... What, this is turn 3? I feel like this is turn 3. It might be turn 4. If so, I think we're definitely going to lose a turn. Okay. We need to get out of this, go into chat. We got it on time. And that's all that matters. Okay. I kind of like giving you crit. And plus, doing 130 here makes this easily worth it. Versus going Rune Strike twice, or Runic Strike twice. Gaining combo gives next damage on the next Runic Strike. That's also tempting. Especially if we're going to start scaling damage, this can now become our payout. We missed a drafted binding! God, we're screwing everything up today. Shield Wall, unironically, doesn't seem bad, except for the fact that we're going up against Cinder. If we can use it for free, that feels pretty good. There's Cleave. I feel like marking is kind of like what we need to do here. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Then if that's the case, yes, we will take... we will give that. Because we need something else that's a good payout besides just Jinx.
Hello, young queen.
And here we're probably gonna... I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of these. We might get Venomous 3. Unlikely. We got Will Collector, that's kind of nice. We don't really need Liar's Dice. We don't need 2 Rosy Thorns, let alone like 1. And we'll keep the poison on hit because it could become useful. 10% more damage for things hitting me does not seem good. That's why we got rid of all of our sources of spite. What is this spawn? Anyways. If we can get access to more will now, we'll be looking pretty good. Gosh darn it. Oh no! Alright. I'm definitely feeling the increased teleport range here. It's kinda good. The next runic strike has a 1-cost discount. That's actually... This is kind of working together. If only we had an extra ascension. I really don't see anything here that I'm willing to get rid of. Like, these things are pretty much staying. That's pretty much staying. This, I could maybe see getting rid of. We're going to run through the Vesticle Shrine. Well, I mean, okay. If I didn't go to a place with a, what am I trying to say? I didn't take a vault. So, I'm not going to waste that, that pathing there. This is really the worst. Just a little buggy. Alright. Never mind, I forgot which one was Runic Strike. Now that's just embarrassing. These pots are like hecka annoying. I can't remember which one has been here for 2 turns, because then they start doing the global. Probably not going to end well for me. think we're dying or anything. It's just not gonna be good. Hmm. Probably wasn't wise. I don't know how we deal with this regardless. Man, we're taking a lot of damage here. We're just screwing this one right up. I'm trying to think about what we possibly could have done to change this outcome here. Like, obviously focus these guys down would have helped a lot, but then you got these guys autoing or direct targeting every other turn. So it's a bit rough. Almost, huh? But I can't get the both of you. Well, that's pretty much all the points on that one. I guess we're going to take Reckless Lunge here. Jinx starting like juiced is pretty good for us. And let's add some scaling to Jinx. Oh, we got +1 Warden, that's nice. Make sure that we go to a vault so that we can use this. See, now this one's much better. The heck happened? Oh, come on, we were there. There we go. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That one fight was just crazy. I think that Quill Charm... Actually, we might as well take Coin of Shadow and get more money. Although that does give us another thing that's going to get hit, and I'm not sure that I actually care about it. We have more than enough money. So we'll just take Quill Charm, and we'll grind that. Because we definitely appreciate having Shadow. Alright. On turn full cost discount, that's actually quite useful for us. And we can reroll the Dickens out of the shop. Alright. I kind of like Stone Blossom. I'm willing to pick that up. That gives us Verdant 3 for an attack multiplier. Fleece of Gold is okay. It gives us 1 Shattered Will a turn. It's not really that fabulous. I guess what we could do is we could just go ahead and grind it. Do need something to grind. Unstave looks great. It gives us another Shadow and Warden. Yeah, Unstave's fine. I'm looking at this Pendant of the Weaver. It could actually be useful here. Because this is based off of each HP that we currently have. So that's currently a 40% multiplier. This isn't going to do anything for that. If we grab this, that'll be another 10%. Not too keen on that. Free stack of Blur every turn? Okay. I can get behind that. it's also more Warden. So we're going to take 2 damage. We have 4 shielding a turn. We can use a Helmet Crab for Cinder. Let's go ahead and take a look at this too. -1 base cooldown seems pretty good, honestly. Is it another shielding a turn? Okay. We're going to get enough money, we can afford to do this. Now I'm looking at this guy. I could pick this guy up just to grind him. And then we also maybe get precision. The only problem is that, yeah, Warden doesn't really do much. Guess that's not technically true. If we find a way to find resistant, then that would allow us to cap at 65. Otherwise, getting to Warden 6 does DR cap us at 50%, which is quite considerable. Yeah, I'm willing to toss a little money that way for that. And look at that, we even have some crits here. Oh, we have a combo. That's why you're cheap. Okay. Never mind then. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to deal with that. Did I get a cost discount for that? Because I wasn't supposed to. Huh. Anyways. Oh, we could have killed you last turn. Shouldn't matter. Got a loot box. Dope. Grim Vortex or Grim Harvest? Come on now. You know I'm going to take Grim Harvest. Unless this is -1 cost? Nah. Nah. Alright. Well, we definitely screwed up our early game quite a bit. I would say that that was definitely the Treasure Hunter Gambit. Definitely didn't pay off for us. We kind of got some damage now, so I guess I can't really say that, but yeah, it kind of also didn't pay off for us. And I want you down here. Oh, I can't get all of you. Man, why you gotta be like that? You know I'm still gonna punch you, right? Alright. Well, needless to say, I think this came together. Yeah, we really aren't getting hit, I guess. Roots of Reprieve isn't bad. Defeating an enemy gives us a ton of CDR. Also, Cultivated Harmonies isn't bad. Maybe we drop some of our DR. It's a little bit unnecessary. We definitely don't need this guy here, so that opens up a spot. Stone Blossom didn't really give us much of anything because I forgot for a split second that Shadow doesn't count as getting hit for some reason. I'm going to F8 that. Yeah, I think that Cultivated Harmonies is just absolutely insane. It's a little less insane for us, actually, because of the fact that, well, combined with Counselor's Ledger, that makes Eruption free, which then gives a cost discount to Reckless Lunge, which we're not going to get because Reckless Lunge is already going to have a cost discount to the Cultivated Harmonies. This is Prepared, so we're always throwing away that one. And so it's basically going to save us 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 will a turn. That's still worth it. Like, that's how insane Cultivated Harmonies is. But is this technically better? I guess we don't have to choose, right? Inkly Map would still go pretty hard. I don't think that we need to grind it. We also got Will Collector 6. Let's go. So yeah, I think we grind the both of these, and then we can't have both. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Another counselor's ledger? Nah. Let's see what's in that shop up there. We might just grind some random thing. Crushing Fist doesn't seem bad. Eh. Let's reroll. But now that would totally be a waste, considering what we're looking at. Violent Grasp also isn't bad. Like, it's currently doing a heck a ton of damage. Using that for free every turn and making sure that it deals some decent damage. Chef's Kiss. Alright, what do we got here? We got another Unstave. Okay. These two Unstaves together, actually. Pretty freaking good. Does that give us another Shadow tier? No, it does not. Kinda don't care. I like that Unstave quite a bit. Gavel of the Dam, I think, is also, like, relatively good on us. Like, it's not as good as Cultivated Harmonies, so probably going to ignore it. You give us movement regardless. I kind of like that. So we're grabbing you. I guess we might as well grind these puppies. Pick you up. Pick you up. Grind withered tracks. Pick up the second Unstave. Now that gives us Warden 6, so we can have 65 DR. We have 30, 50, 65. So we have max DR. We're generating 6 shield a turn. We are going to lose 3 of that due to Shadow. And then we also create 2 blur a turn. I don't know how we take damage. In fact, I think we can honestly get rid of this Tracker's Cleat. Is it for Gavel? We can't do Gavel. We can't afford it. Yeah, I guess this is our build. If we reroll, we're probably not going to see anything that we like anyways. Oh! We win? For free? I guess let's get rid of you. Because getting threaded doesn't really bother me that much. Let's go ahead and hit you guys with this, I guess. Blap. Blap. Alright. Yeah, we just screwed up a ton. That one fight where we took, like, what was it? It had to have been like 2 to 3 extra turns, 9 damage. I believe it was 2 turns, 9 damage, because they just kept spawning the ink spears. Like, that was honestly kind of nasty. I feel like if we would have actually had an ascension at that point, because we apparently forgot to grab our it must have been the binding column in fight 1. We just ran right past it for some reason. I don't know what was on my mind, but yeah, that definitely cost us a lot. We went to that one sea breach and literally threw that one away too. If I would have known that I couldn't like come back to it, then that would have been movement, which would have helped out a little bit. Like I'm sure that that would have evaded a little bit of damage that may have cost us some of the fights, but it wouldn't have saved us from that one horrendous fight. Other than that, well, I suppose if we would have taken that, then theoretically our entire like binding setup would have been completely different. I think that's how that works. Probably not. Definitely screwed with a couple of things. Anyways, build ended up just fine at the end. It literally didn't need all of this damage reduction at all because I guess the treasure hunter gambit worked out. Only thing that I can think of. Inkly map, of course, running pretty well with all of our cost reduction. That's about it, really. Dread harvest just being an absolute beast, as per usual. Yeah, kind of insane. Yeah, I guess it was shadow too, is where a lot of our damage came from. But yeah, worked out. Did fine. Like, I'd say that that's pretty good. Obviously, wish that I was above 47,000. But hey, 5th place ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. Uh, nice to see Night Owl down here. Seeing if we can see some other names that we recognize. Just Night Owl, pretty much. Anyways, hopefully the run was entertaining or at least educational. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put that down in the comments below. And until next time, we will catch you guys around.